So the Uber CEO just sat down and said that he fully supports Trump's big, beautiful bill because no tax on tips.
And that's why Uber is so proud to support this bill, which also includes benefits for millions of Uber drivers and couriers in the form of no tax on tips. Mr. President, our earners are grateful for your support.
Thank you very much. Right? What a great job. You know, when you think we're doing a lot of work on Iran right now, and
Yes.
I see that what you just said, you came here and
Absolutely.
they took it all away from you and you started and you've become one of the biggest anywhere in the world. What a great story that is.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Congratulations.
President. And wish you all the success there.
Thank you very much. We'll need it. We're going to need it for that. That's it.
They're tough negotiators.
They're great negotiators.
Yes.
Among the best. Look at
Yes.
you.
The CEO of Uber has demonstrated that he does not care if his own drivers are out of work when he publicly supported a bill that would negatively impact their own Uber drivers. As a former Uber driver, I support boycotting Uber.
By now, many of you have probably already heard that the CEO of Uber, he told Trump that his company now supports MAGA reconciliation bill. Really, Dara Khosrowshahi? Did you make that decision before or after you realized thousands, if not millions, of your customers have state-funded health insurance? And then a lot of the same customers also have TANF. And that reconciliation bill will negatively impact state insurance as well as receiving benefits to get food. You didn't think that your support for MAGA would affect your business, Dara? In case a lot of y'all didn't know, there's a lot of state-funded health insurance and some private insurance that will help cover the cost of transportation to and from non-urgent medical visits, primary care visit, mental health visits, dental, and insurances pay Uber. In light of the boycott that is now being placed with Uber, if you are looking for an alternative, in addition to Lyft, there is a new share ride business that is on the scene. A lot of you haven't heard about it. Go to the App Store on your phone and download InDrive. InDrive headquarters is in the state of California. And I know that rides are available in Florida and in the state of Indiana. And with this boycott that's now looming with Uber, it's a very good chance that they may eventually be available in your county, in your state, in your neighborhood. Not only are the prices fair and very reasonable, the service is excellent and the customer service is top tier. So download the app now and get going. Bye, Uber. Hello, InDrive.
Is Google's outage a coincidence? Right after people start boycotting Uber, Google has an outage and people were unable to delete their Uber accounts.
So unless you support this, you need to boycott Uber just like everybody else. No more Uber. Go to Lyft or back to taxis, because...
Good morning, y'all. Just wanted to come and let y'all know that Uber is a Trump supporter. They support Trump. So y'all already know what to do. Make sure y'all deactivating y'all accounts and y'all deleting them. Y'all might have to call customer support because it's already been thousands of people who's been deactivating their accounts and deleting their accounts with them. So it might say that you have to contact customer care support to deactivate and delete your account. But yeah, Uber, y'all support Trump. I'm tired of all these companies who depend on the minority to keep their businesses afloat and make sure they got thousands and millions of dollars, but y'all be supporting against the mother. Y'all be supporting the shit that's against us. Like, at this point, this world is a joke. America's never been free. This is never going to be the land of the mother free. And yeah, all I have to say is
Oh my god, I didn't know this thing has been happening, and it seems like it has been almost a week ever since Uber started being boycotted by the American citizens. I mean, most American citizens. That explains the downtime on Google. Yeah, I was wondering why it was acting out. And it seems like people have been enraged and they're furious about Uber's CEO supporting the big, beautiful bill of Donald J. Trump. This year, it seems like major corporations are failing to read the room. It's really easy. Just trying to see what your customers like and what your customers dislike. Like for instance, if your majority of your customer base subscribe to this service because of this thing, surely if majority of your sales or your profit or income generated revenue is gotten from that and you are going against that, don't you think you're not reasoning well? Don't you think there's some things you're supposed to adjust? It seems like big corporations in big 2025 are really falling short on that. It's just basically their strategies are just dog shit. Very awful. Hey guys, I'm your host today. My name is Danny. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your immense support. Your likes, your shares, your comments has really been helpful. I've been able to read through your thoughts and just see how you reason and how your opinions have helped this channel propel forward. So today we're going to handle this topic where Uber is currently being boycotted in the United States of America because of supporting MAGA bill. You know, the Uber CEO, like in the video you saw, has subscribed to the MAGA agenda, and definitely most people in the left side are not liking this. And before I even dissect this topic further, I want to invite you to listen to more netizens' opinions, and then thereafter I'm gonna come out with my commentary. So stick around.
Remember, like, a few months ago, because it happens every year, like once a year, there's an Uber protest because disabled people are routinely denied Ubers. They're denied Ubers with their service animals. They're denied Ubers with our mobility aid. It happens all the fucking time. Disability advocates for years have been salivating over the idea of suing Uber because of the lack of accommodations for both disabled passengers and drivers. And every single time disabled people bring it up, non-disabled people are like, oh my god, what if they're allergic? What if they can't lift a wheelchair? What if nah. And disabled people time after time have said that Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and the like are independent contractors, so that Uber and Lyft can get around providing accommodations and benefits to both the driver and accommodations to the passenger. Because they don't give a fuck, actually. And you all were like, well, whatever, as drivers, like, we have the right to cancel anybody anyways. Okay. All right. So now that Uber is sitting alongside the Trump administration, cheering on this big, beautiful bill that gives them tax cuts and takes away disabled people's health care, potentially shutting down hospitals across the country for Medicare, right? Does it really come as a fucking shock? Does it? Oh, and boycotting them is also going to be a privilege for able-bodied people, because there are many disabled people for whom Uber's wheelchair accessible vehicles is some of the only wheelchair accessible vehicles they have access to. As expensive as it is, right, compared to paratransit. Paratransit, transit for disabled people, isn't everywhere. It's ad hoc. It's very sparse, underfunded, which is another thing disabled people warned you about. Right? Disabled people are canaries in the coal mine for everything that's fucking happening. If only a majority of you cared whether or not we came out to see if we're still alive.
Whatever you do not use Uber. I think it's kind of funny how the Uber CEO thought it was cute to support that ugly man with the orange hair, dusty crooked teeth in office. Like, are you crazy? Did you not learn anything from Target? Boycotting Uber now, and I'm an Uber driver. Like, just like Target, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, as an Uber driver, I'm already seeing the effect. Why the hell? I live in Atlanta, a major city. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., they're not super busy, but you can get a lot of airport rides. And I usually only accept the minimum 22 because they'll give you a tip. Y'all, they try to take me to the Atlanta airport, the busiest airport in the world, for, what was it, $10? See, this is what y'all don't understand. Because it's the busiest airport in the world, it's not like you just go to the airport. First of all, from the city, it's already 20, 25 minutes. Then, when you get to the airport, unless you go to the bottom and you have to, and your customer requests to go to the top,
You're going to be sitting there for another 15 minutes. Okay? Then you got to get out of the airport. And what Uber, if y'all don't know, if you're not an Uber driver, there's something called the airport queue. And so because Atlanta airport is so fucking big, you literally damn near have to drive all the way from the airport back into the fucking midtown Atlanta just to get a request that's not a Uber airport ride. Honestly though, I've always liked Lyft better only because you can connect your Lyft to your Delta Sky Miles. So every time you take a Lyft, you get Delta Sky Miles points. Also, when you go to the airport, you get 2 times the points. So, and I'm a Delta girly, so I don't know. So, y'all make sure y'all delete Uber.
If you use Uber and have the app, you might want to consider deleting it and switching to Lyft because Uber, the CEO, is in the pocket of Donald Trump. This is a man who came out and praised the no tax on tips, but doesn't care about the fact it's going to crush the lower and middle class, and it's going to affect millions of people when they lose their health care. This is somebody who did not know, the CEO of the Uber app, of Uber, did not know how much a 3-minute ride cost in New York City. When asked, he said $20. It actually was $50. This is a man that is so out of touch with his own company and his own operations that now he's coming out in support of this big, beautiful bill and Donald Trump, and clearly he doesn't know anything that's in this bill. Just like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who admitted she didn't actually read it, the CEO of Uber, I guarantee, didn't read as well. He didn't read the fine print about the no tax on tips, and he probably has no concept of what that takes for his drivers to actually claim that and get that back on their taxes. He just sees that at the surface level, like all Trump supporters in MAGA does, because they can't look farther than their face. And he just thinks, oh, this is a good thing. Doesn't care that millions of people are going to be affected. So once again, if you have Uber or you use Uber Eats or any of the other things, I think Postmates is one of those, not really familiar with that. But if you use any of those apps, you might want to remove your credit card, delete the app, and start using Lyft, DoorDash, any other thing that you can use to get those same services, because Uber doesn't care about you.
Guys, the fact that the CEO does not know that the prices inflated up by $30, that is really concerning and it's really insane. I mean, at least you would have guessed around $35. $20 to $50? Absolutely mad shit there. How do you expect someone who doesn't even know the current prices of Uber rides in New York to know about the big beautiful bill? How do you expect them to have read that chunk of nonsense in order to add on that nonsense they already have in their head? How do you expect someone who is really has no time for his own company to read a bill which also does not favor his company in a way that his employees are gonna be affected negatively by the bill? How do you expect such a person to make a rational decision anyways? So something that is really concerning is that in this 2025, if one company in a certain service sector messes up just a little bit, there are so many alternatives, so many substitutes, and it's good that there is no monopoly where if one thinks that they can just do whatever they want to do, there is no alternative for the consumers. No, that has really changed. At least the market seems open. It's no longer monopoly. It's more of like a monopolistic or oligopolistic market where there are many different sellers in the market, also many buyers, and these sellers, specialize on something. And you see, right now, the fall of Uber or the boycott of Uber is really benefiting companies like Lyft. If I run back, there's a time Lyft was having a sort of backlash because of that rapper Dunk Dimos. I don't know if Lyft was cancelled or I can't remember, but yeah, it's a blessing now to Lyft now that Uber is receiving a boycott. So sometimes when your neighbor falls, then it's your time to rise. Barely, I mean, that's just about it. Company directors should really vet in the CEOs, man. Because how can you be an executive of the company and you're not taking care of the interest of the shareholders? That is not ethical. at all? If you really do think that a decision you make is really going to impact the company significantly, then you must sit down and come up with the ways that would really benefit the stakeholders. Like for instance, linking up with Trump. Definitely the CEO and his entourage were really wanting to benefit like on an individual level and not on the company's interest. And this brings about a conflict of interest where this person is prioritizing personal business with the company's business. Woe unto Uber, man, because there are many companies that offer rides and it will take some time to pick up. I know Uber is a big company in the business, and regardless of anything, they're gonna stand again. Before they stand again, they're gonna suffer at least. I'm really gonna follow up on this story and then see how it will come about. Will the Uber boss come forward and acknowledge his mistake and apologize, say sorry to the consumers? Will the consumers forgive the CEO or the company? Will they still be loyal to the company? These are the things that I'm really curious about, and I'm really going to follow up. What do you think about this whole situation? Please make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section down there below. Also, don't forget to check the original creators. Their usernames have been embedded in the stitched video as always. Go on to their TikToks, make sure you follow them, hit a like for this channel, make sure you smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notification so that you may not miss my next upload. And with that guys, let me meet you in the next video. Peace out.